What's going on, guys? It's Coach Mac back here once again, not only helping you with basketball, but helping you with life. Okay, so today I told y'all that I want to continue talking about confidence because if you remember, I believe the number one thing that separates a good player from a great player is simply confidence. So today I want to continue that. And if you remember in the last video, I talked about the three things that I believe that can help you build confidence. Number one was becoming a student of the game. Number two was letting the game come to you. And number three was practice like you play. And I said that practice was so important that I wanted to do a different video just talking about practice and how you need to approach practice. Now, as always, I'm talking about basketball, but this applies to anything. It applies to any sport or anything that you do in general. So as I continue this video, just keep that in mind, even if you don't play a sport. So let's continue talking about practice in the words of Allen Iverson. But I was reading this book, and in the book, the author talked about practice. And he said that private practice determines our public performance because we will always perform to the level in which it is that we've practiced. And as I continue to read the book, he talked about a professor by the name of K. Anders Ericsson from FSU, and he talked about that it's simply not enough to just practice 10,000 hours. Now, let's go back to a previous video I did. I said that if you want to master anything, then you need to spend 10,000 hours doing it. And now Ericsson comes and challenges this traditional belief of practice makes perfect and 10,000 hours. And he says that basically it's not enough to just practice 10,000 hours and just go through the motions. He says that there needs to be a focused intention behind those 10,000 hours that you practice. So here he comes and he coins the term purposeful practice. And all purposeful practice is getting out of your comfort zone, having clear goals, how you're going to accomplish those goals, and a way to track the progress of that. So practice, as you can see, is very important. And it's not just practicing going through the motions. Remember in the first video, I think it was, that I talked about practice, I said one of the clear ways that determine the good from the great and in that confidence and building that confidence is that it's not necessarily the amount of time, because good players a lot of times put in the same hours that great players did, but it's how hard and the intention it was in the practice. It was in that practice. They could practice the same amount of time, hours, but the focus could be different. They could just go through the motions, or you can be intentional about the way you go about it. So I remember a story. Oh, before I get to my story, it's important that we get out of our comfort zones, but it's also important that we do it in a focused, intentional way. And this is what Ericsson was talking about. So you just don't want to go out there and just be mindless and say, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. No, but you want to push yourself beyond your limits. So I always tell my kids as I train, don't be perfect in your training. I don't want you to be perfect. I want you to mess up. I want you, when we're doing these ball handling drills, I want you to lose the ball, because that's getting you out of your comfort zone. But practice is the perfect opportunity to get out of your comfort zone, because in order to grow, you got to get yourself there. So now for my practice story, but I remember so vividly, and I use this example as I coach now. I remember that every day when I was in high school, we did full court layups, and I had a teammate who always went hard during practice. But her biggest thing was that she went so hard that she would go hard all the way down the court, and then she would completely brick the layup. And so we get to the championship game, and this is my senior year, it's her junior year, and we are up by 21 points, and this is going to be my coach's first time ever winning a championship game. And just to be honest, I got kind of bored during the game because we were just having our way, doing what it is that we wanted to do. So we went into halftime up by 17 points, still having the momentum, but it had started to shift a little bit. Well, the team came all the way back and walked us down. But at the end, we had an opportunity to win the game. So we got to still pass the ball down the court to the girl who bricks the layups every single day at practice. And it's an opportunity for us to take the lead. And guess what she does? All alone, by herself, nobody around her. The closest person to her is probably a half court. Well, she bricked the layup because she did it every day at practice. So why would we expect anything differently? She did exactly what she did every day. And we were also heartbroken after the game because we should not have lost the game. Now, there were some things before that shouldn't have led up to that moment, but she had an opportunity to win the game for us and she bricked the layup. Because she did it every day at practice, she did it in the biggest moment of our high school careers. They've never gotten back to that moment again, as far as when he's the coach. I don't think, before that they won some championships, but not after the fact. But anyway, so now you see how important practice is. So I want you to go in when you're practicing anything. I want you to be intentional. I want you to be focused because this is going to help you gain that confidence that you need when you step on the court, when you're in front of people, whatever it is that you're doing. Practice, practice, practice. Remember that private practice determines your public performance because you'll always perform to the level it is in which you practice. So as always, I hope this helps.